Hello, you sussy bookworms. Author meme. Review. Why am I holding a candle? Stay. Today, we will be reviewing, looking at, talking about some weird memes about weird people called authors who you might know something about. Like me. Don't let your book scare you. You scare it. Threaten it with bad grammar. Flirt with another manuscript to make it jealous. Type, looks cute, might delete later, and watch your book sweat. Be unhinged. Unhinged is the easy part. All of that just follows. That's just like what happened. First, you become an author. You become unhinged the very next morning. And then this happens. You start treating your manuscript like an actual human being that you can torture and torment for your reader. Wow, I'm so curious how you're going to fit everything you've been foreshadowing in here. Me, frantically flipping through my notes, trying to figure out if I've accidentally foreshadowed something I shouldn't have. Yes, right. Just for fun, would you mind telling me what that would be exactly? That was a lot of words. Moving on. Person. I bet the mind of a writer is so peaceful and organizing. Every writer's mind. SpongeBob flames. Insanity. Paper everywhere. SpongeBob. Fire. Yes. Good. Yes, good. 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 Yes. Yes. Thank you, Alexander Pennington, for that beautiful image that perfectly illustrates my brain. Oh, and if you look in the background, you can kind of see a brain in the background. Is this actually a shot from SpongeBob, like, looking into his brain and seeing this chaos? Does that make me SpongeBob? If my brain is like this, does that make me SpongeBob? I am Sponge Boy Bob Pants. How I write my short stories. With a long piece of paper and a suit. How I write my novels. Calligraphy. No. I've never done this. Nope. Totally haven't. The problem with people being able to read the books you've written is that when they talk to you in person, they expect you to say writerly things. I don't know how to explain that my mouth and my fingertips have vastly different vocabularies. Vocabularies. The vocables. The vocables are different, okay? My mouth speaks things. My fingers do woo. Book. Moving on. No one. Nothing. My brain, fully unable to accept that drafting is supposed to be rough. I'm going to create a first draft that is so perfect. Yes, that's very true. Every time I write a first draft, I try to write it perfect. Ends up garbage every time. Every time. But trying to make it perfect makes it so much easier on yourself when you're editing, because when you're trying to make it perfect, you're adding more description, you're adding more world building, you're developing the characters more, you're spending more time per paragraph on those things and writing scenes that are actually useful. Where if you're just like, oh, it's a first draft, I could just go fast, you end up with a bunch of crap that you don't know what to do with. And no matter how much editing you do, you don't know how to make it work. Moving on. Different kinds of writing a writer has. In green, the writing that's between me and my documents only. In purple, that little tiny sliver, is the writing I'm prepared to publicly reveal. True. Very true. I have piles upon piles of random junk writing that I don't want anyone to read. And then one day I'm gonna die, and I might have a son by then. My son's gonna be like, hey dad, I'm gonna publish all your junk. And I'm gonna be rolling over my grave saying, no, do not do that. writing my novel, marketing my novel. YouTube is the answer. For that reason, subscribe. Subscribe to my channel and like and things and stuff. And if this video gets 5 likes, all I need are 5. I will make another author meme review next month. Or sooner. If you beg me for one sooner, I will. Sign, you are an indie author number 2. You know 2,000 people, and 10 have bought your books. Yes. This one has nothing to do with writing, but I love it so much, and it was posted by a fellow author, and this is that. It's beautiful. Just observe and be filled with joy and hope for humanity and be happy. Reader, how much more can one character take? The author. Come here, my children. Come to daddy. Aw, Squidward's got flowers. Oh, wait, no. Squidward's a writer. Why is he so sad? Here lies the idea you didn't write down last night because you were too comfy in bed. Like, there's been times I've genuinely written down those ideas. I come back in the morning, and they are junk. Like, a rabbit riding a pink balloon with an AK-47. Like, it's stupid. No one wants to read that. And yet, sleepy brain me is like, oh, the perfect idea. So if you don't write it down, you wake up the next morning thinking you had a magnificent idea, but you can't remember what it was. If you do write it down, you come back in the morning thinking it was epic, and it's rabbits riding a pink balloon. My friend, you can't just write a whole book in a day. Me, observe. Observe! That reminds me. Go watch my video on me typing up a book in a day. Yeah, it took me over 13 hours. Moving on. Finished book. Authors. Editing. Hold your horses, boy. You're moving too fast. Typos. The plans I have in mind for my book. The plans my characters have in mind. Destroy. No more plot, no more outline, just landslide. Actually, I should write a book about that. Some weird dude in green stripy clothes who reminds me somewhat of the guy from Blue's Clues, except that guy didn't have glasses or a baseball cap, and he didn't look that old. But the background looks very similar to Blue's Clues 2, so it might be Blue's Clues. And he's saying to us, and then look at you, and look at all you have done, and all you have accomplished. Documents, writing, the novel, trademarked, first draft, second draft, third draft, fourth edited, fifth edited, sixth last pass, seventh final, eighth actual final, ninth draft, 10th, so good, I lost my brain cells. Absolutely true. I will not elaborate. Do authors cry when they kill the best character? Or do they smile, laugh, and have a cup of tea with Satan? You can probably guess which. Fire. I just sacrificed the best character. The one that I had been developing for chapters and chapters of heart-wrenching backstories and touching scenes of him helping orphans. And what did I do? I made him fall off his horse and hit his head on a spike. 97% of the writing process is just doing this. My brain. Inspiration from the 2 to 3 books or movies or shows they consumed as a child. Writer artist everything they ever create. Somewhat true, somewhat not true, somewhat super true, somewhat halfway true, somewhat salad dressing. Yes, I'm very inspired by books that I read as a kid, particularly Hatchet, Where the Red Fern Grows, those things, that stuff. Oh yeah, yes. One more. We'll do one more. Writing tip. Don't tell us your character's backstory. Don't tell us what your character is thinking. Don't tell us what your character is doing. Don't tell us anything. The reader should simply look at a blank page and be suddenly overcome with emotion. Good tip. I know a lot of writers who cry uncontrollably when they see a blank page, so I'm sure the feeling will translate directly to the reader. See, I just wrote another book. Ain't I epic? Here, read this. Did I make you cry yet? Alright, my sussy bookworms, that was the first ever author meme review. Don't you just love authorly memes about writing and pain and suffering and slaughtering your main character? Then like and subscribe! And give me 5 likes so I make another one. See you next week, bookworm. I almost forgot! Read a